Flights are still the single most expensive part of booking any trip, which is why in today's video I'll be running through my favorite quick and easy hacks so you can find the best flights at the best price every time. In the past, I would use different websites like Kayak, Momondo, and Skyscanner when searching for flights. Now I find myself using Google Flights 99% of the time. The first feature I use to score the cheapest airfare is Google Flights Historical Price Trends. It's going to show you if the price you're seeing for the flight you want is low, average, or high based on data from similar trips over the past 12 months. If it's telling you the price is low, I would consider booking as soon as possible, especially if you are 6 weeks or closer to the date that you intend to travel. I find that once you hit that 6-week to 1-month mark, the prices are only going to go up from there as you approach the date. If the price is not low and you have more than 6 weeks until takeoff, then I would definitely check out the Track Prices feature. By enabling track prices, you'll be sent an email anytime the price increases or decreases. This saves you from having to obsessively check the flight price like I used to prior to booking an expensive flight. Google Flights is a fantastic search engine that's going to show you the available flights, but then it also gives you options on where to actually book and pay for the flight, like through Expedia or directly through the airline's website. Instead of just jumping on the cheapest deal, I'll always look at the options and see if any of them are partnered with a cashback website. And if you're at all frugal or interested in saving money, then you probably already know what a cashback website is. So I'll always see if I can book with one of their partners because even just 5% cash back when it's an expensive flight that you're paying for, that goes a long way. And regardless of where you book your flights, be aware of price add-ons. These are sneaky. One add-on to look out for when you're booking a flight is an extra cost to pick your seat, even if you're just picking a basic economy seat. This used to be free. You may find that when you go to book a flight now, the airline is going to let you choose your seat, and then on the final checkout page, you will see an additional fee, sometimes as high as $50. It's often default to pay and select a seat, but you don't need to do this. I will always uncheck the box and have the airline assign a seat for me, for free. And then if the plane isn't completely full and I don't like my seat, I will just wander to find a new one. You'll want to be especially aware of any price add-ons for budget airlines like Jetstar, Norwegian, or Spirit. You can find tickets as low as $10 with these airlines, but you truly pay for everything. You will pay for an agent to check you in at the airport. You'll pay a fee if you didn't print your ticket out at home. And you will definitely be paying if your carry-on is a teeny tiny bit over the weight limit, the incredibly small weight limits that they have on luggage. It's pretty unlikely that you will end up actually paying the $10 fare that was advertised. Budget airline or not, everything costs extra these days and it isn't always obvious. Pay extra attention to the price breakdown on the final checkout page to make sure you are only paying for the things that you need or the things that you value and want to pay for. Do your best to always fly carry-on only. Even if it doesn't save you money, which it probably will because many airlines don't include any checked bags anymore, sometimes when they're long haul, but you never know. Anyway, even if it doesn't save you money, it still reduces the chance of your items being lost. It also means that when you get off the plane, you don't have to go and wait at that luggage belt for them to put all your luggage out. You can beat the rush and get out of the airport as soon as possible. Flying carry-on only also allows you to take advantage of unexpected deals, like if you were to get bumped from the airline. They can pay you to take a later flight. But if you had a checked bag with that airline, you're no longer eligible. And when it comes to getting the best flight deal, you may want to consider an alternative route to get to your final destination. An example of this is to book your long-haul flight to fly into a major hub in Europe, as opposed to your end European destination airport. Larger airports usually have better deals than their smaller counterparts. You can then fly domestically to your end destination. As an example, my sister will be flying from Ottawa to Ireland next month. A little part of my soul died when she told me that the one-way from Ottawa to Ireland was going to be $1,000. Instead of flying directly from Ottawa to Dublin, she could instead fly from Ottawa to the major European hub that is London Heathrow, and then from London Heathrow fly to Dublin. The flight from Ottawa to London was about $600, and then London to Dublin was $40. So her total cost would be $640 instead of $1,000. I always use this tip to fly into a major airport when I'm going to Southeast Asia. If my end destination is Chiang Mai, Thailand, I'm not trying to fly from Ottawa to Chiang Mai. I will instead fly Ottawa to Bangkok and then take a domestic flight from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. The savings can be worth hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. In my sister's case, she wanted to fly directly to Dublin because going through London with the COVID issues, she would have had to take an extra PCR test there, and it just wasn't worth it. I don't blame her. But these next 3 cheap flight tips were worth it and ended up saving her a heck of a lot of money. Like with the last tip about flying into a main hub, it is also beneficial to fly out of a major airport. Montreal Airport, which is an hour and a half away from Ottawa, is significantly larger, and she was able to get a flight from Montreal to Dublin for $700. The second thing that she did is to look at her dates and the times that she's flying out. Instead of flying out on a Sunday from Montreal, she instead was flying out on a Wednesday around 8 a.m. Because this is an unpopular time and it's not a weekend, these flights end up being cheaper. So you'll often find that if you fly on a Monday, a Friday, or any time on the weekend, it's going to be more expensive. See if you can be flexible to fly during the week and then at obscure times that no one else wants to fly at. Her one-way flight from Montreal to Dublin was now $600. And then here is where the real savings came in. She changed her flight from a one-way to a round trip. Airlines are often going to give you a better deal on a round-trip flight because it means that you're then flying there with that airline and back home with that airline. So they get your business twice and will often give you a better deal than if you were to book just a one-way. She was able to get a round-trip flight from Ottawa to Dublin for $1,000 as the grand total. She was originally paying $1,000 just to get there. So if you know your travel dates and you know when you're going to be returning, definitely check out the fares for a round trip instead of booking 2 one-way flights. All of this flight hacking was done using Google Flights. But if you are flexible on your destination, I would recommend checking out some of the websites that just collect all of the best deals from around the world and then present them to you. These are just fun. A couple of my favorites are Airfare Watchdog and Scott's Cheap Flights, since they show you mistake fares and crazy deals that may only be available for a short period of time. One of my traveling friends recently flew from the US to Japan for $300, and he never would have found the flight if he wasn't using Scott's Cheap Flights. Head to the comment section and let us know the cheapest flight that you have ever booked. And on your way down there, don't forget to check out that $15 cashback reward from TopCashback in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like if you did enjoy it, and I will see you back here for some more travel tips and hacks soon. Bye!